Sadie, leave him alone. Come on. Come on.
Hey guys, good morning. Thanks for coming out today. We are super excited to have this event. Today is going to be all about education, learning the industry, learning things to be successful.
So no matter what it is that you sell, this is industry agnostic. When it comes to marketing, we are all in the attention business.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So when you leverage ChatGPT as the best employee that is not on payroll, you can run circles around your competition.
All righty. How are you guys doing tonight, man? I am here, guys, we've got Nate, we've got Barry, and we've got a special guest, Drew Simmons. How you doing, Drew? And Drew is right there from Chicagoland area. He's got his dope shirt on. I'm sure that David Carroll is loving you to rep the dope shirt.
I didn't. I'm not affiliated.
And you got the rig right there behind you, the golden. And I just did a little preface on this. Drew, I guess, has been in business for 2 years. He's going to be going into his third season, and he did 200 properties, 400 properties last year, or 500. And we were talking about it. Tell everybody a little bit about your tell you a little bit about your story, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the Wash and Learn event, like what you do, how you got to the Wash and Learn event, and what you got from it. But tell us a little bit about yourself personally.
Well, first off, thanks for having me on the show tonight. This is really cool. You've been seeing me join every now and then, Ron, over the last maybe 6 months or so, year or so. Anthony introduced me originally, but myself, I'm just hardworking guy who thought pressure washing was going to be my next big thing. I've always tried these different businesses, and pressure washing is probably like my 10th one, but I finally landed on one that I really love, and it integrates in with the marketing, sales, doing the work, hands-on, and really growing a business locally within my community is like awesome to me.
So I just got to ask, man, where did you wake up one day? Because this is I'm curious.
Yeah.
And we got 25 guys tonight. That's awesome. That's an awesome start for us.
Oh, it's
and all the other guys that are out there watching, man, that are brand new. Tell us how this came about. Did you have a dream one night? Did you see a YouTube video of a guy, with blocks of money in front of him, and you said, man, and he's got a Ferrari behind him, and said he's only been washing for 6 months, and he bought a Ferrari, and he's got all this cash. How did it happen?
That's a really good question. I think what it was for me is, personally, before I was running marketing, I was running my own ad agency for people doing Facebook ads and stuff. And I just kept hearing people talk about, the next big thing for all these big investors like BlackRock and stuff is they're going for all these blue collar businesses. They want all these home service businesses. These are what is selling later down the road. That's what like the big new investment is. And so that was like my one main thing was later down the road. I do want to be selling my business eventually. So I was like, what's a business I can grow where I can get recurring clients, where I can have predictable income every single year, and also a business that I can get into without breaking my bank, where you got to drop, 20,000, 30,000 plus. I think when I first got into the game, I was like under like $4,000 invested. And then I just got off the ground running. I knew I could go door to door. I knew I could get jobs myself, without relying on any other factor but my own,
I didn't ask you. Did you have any like home service experience or sales experience?
Sales. I like I said, I was running a marketing agency for myself and other businesses before. And yeah, sales is probably one of the main factors as well that helped me out a lot when I was first,
What was your first sales job? I put you on the spot right there. What is it? Was it the Facebook stuff?
No, my first,
Give it to me, man. Were you a paper boy going around collecting?
I was working at Culver's when I was 16. That was like my first job.
And they taught you how to turn a $10 order into 14, right?
Yeah. They're always trying to make us upsell.
You gave them an apple pie instead of or an extra order of fries. Right?
I never had a real sales job though. I just worked for myself.
Yeah, but it's funny. People don't realize.
Ron, I'm glad you brought up. I'm glad you guys brought up Culver's. I got to send them an invoice. Go ahead.
You jotted the old man's memory there. Phil Conway said, "Hey Barry, this is so you know because you can't read while you're driving, man. Hey Barry, keep your hands on the wheel.
What's up, Phil?
On the wheel. Put him on the wheel, man. He's out. We don't want.
Okay.
We don't want.
10 and 2.
But Barry's on his way to the retreat right now, the Smoky Mountain retreat with Mike Carmody and Jeremy. We'll see what happens. They got some bad weather ahead of them, but we got you on here. We got you on here tonight, basically, Drew, to just give us the real deal, man. And you know what? I know you're going to say a lot of nice things already, about the event, but be productive with it. If you have you been to any other events? Because you said you didn't mention you'd been to any other events. Have you been to any other events?
No, actually, I haven't been to any events. Wash and Learn was my first one. Like going into it, I just knew that I was going to walk out of it with a certain type of extra knowledge. Obviously, I didn't know what it was going to be specifically. They mentioned there's going to be like the in-class demos and learn a little bit more about the commercial side of things, as well as fleet washing, which I was interested in.
Well, you can work all year round in Chicago with fleet washing.
Yeah, you could. I haven't.
And you can work. Did you know it's all indoors?
I see some guys around here who are doing multiple different types of like salt truck cleanings. Cleaning off those types of stuff during the winter time, but I haven't dabbled into it really.
You know where UPS is right there in Alsip, right?
I'm closer to Wisconsin than I am Chicago.
Okay, Nate, do you know where it is?
Yes, I've been through.
You know that there's 1,000 trucks in that building, man. 1,000 inside the building. Isn't that crazy?
That is
1,000 trucks,
insane.
man. It's insane.
Wow,
it's insane. Yeah, it's insane. But Nate, tell us, just give us the meat and potatoes, man. Was this thing any good? Did you learn anything? Did you actually take anything from the free show and implement it? Or, and it could have been any part of the show. Tell me about all the parts of the show that you liked and what those are, and give us the meat and potatoes.
Is that for Drew or Nate?
Either one of you.
Okay. No, the event. We held this event to essentially just help the contractors get the information to the contractors. That's the reason we opened Washworks Supply, and that's the reason we started Wash and Learn Midwest.
Were you a little hesitant to do it for free at first? I'm just asking.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a big expense. People don't know this. Nothing's free. This place costs thousands of dollars to rent, right? Thousands of dollars. You get a guy like Drew to come there. Let's just tell everybody how it works. You do the event for free. Contractors come and they gain knowledge, and you build relationships and obligations during that thing. And because of what you do for them, in return, they buy equipment from you. I don't know why people don't understand this. It's like, but nothing's free. Okay. Each ticket probably, the cost of the event probably cost, if you had to charge, what do you say? $500? $500 per person? What do you think, Nate?
I think $500 is worth the price to attend.
But okay,
with all
even if
the
it was
education
even if it was
involved.
200. But my point is it's not free. Nathaniel and or Nathan, I want to keep calling him Nate and Anthony pay for this event, and in return, contractors come and they learn. Tell us exactly, Drew, what you learned, the most important things.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What do you think? Anything that turned the tide for you? Because you said you sold 200 properties. Now you're up to 500. Did something from the event change?
I think one of the biggest takeaways that I got from this event, which I think that people don't really look at at the large scale of it, aside from the knowledge and what you actually learned inside the classroom, I think the biggest thing for me was the networking aspect of it, because I was able to, one, connect with basically all the guys who are actually serious in my vicinity. Because if they're going to this event, then they're dudes who are, looking to level up their wash game as well. It's not just another guy hitting me up for networking. There's that barrier in between there of the serious guys and the non-serious. And although it was a free event,
all the guys that are serious are professional guys.
Yeah.
And they're not out there trying to steal your jobs.
exactly.
They're out there trying to share, network, and learn, and maybe learn something from you. Maybe you can learn something from them.
Mhm.
And one of the biggest things, and I know Barry will, chime in on this, is we can't do everything. You know what I mean? We don't. You can't be gutter cleaners. You can't be necessarily house washers. Install Christmas lights. You can't certainly fleet wash. I don't want to wash kitchen exhaust hoods, but if I got a lot of accounts that are doing the sidewalks on, and the managers and GMs say, "Hey man, do you know a guy that can do the hoods for me?" I now have a guy that can do that. And 9 times out of 10, the guys that are cleaning hoods don't want to do the sidewalks. So you're not even stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah.
No.
No.
And if I was networking with a guy like Barry and some gas station owner said, "Hey, Ron, would you clean my gas station?" I say, "Heck no, I hate gas stations, but I know a guy that can do it."
You're spot on. Like, even
Yeah.
like with it being a free event, it's the amount of people that I think there was at least 3 guys who are an hour and a half this way, 2 hours this way, and 2 hours this way. And I probably made at least like 10 grand this year.
And you know what? That's another thing you just mentioned. You can't cover everywhere, right?
Oh yeah.
Especially in a big city like Chicago,
Yeah.
driving 25 miles sometimes can be a 3-hour trip.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And so it allowed me to actually expand my marketing a bit more. So that way I knew I had guys in specific areas, and I was like, "Yo, do you want this job? You want this job?" So that was a key takeaway. One of the other key takeaways, I think, was not only the classroom work. The classroom work is awesome. I probably couldn't even recite like word for word, stuff that went down in there. I'm kind of like I'm a hands-on learner. Like a lot of these washer dudes and a lot of these blue collar guys, we learn hands-on, right? Actually doing this stuff. And so one of the key things that I didn't actually realize until I was there was that we were going to be doing. Sorry, I got like ADHD. I'm reading Anthony's comments. I'm trying to talk at the same time.
It's okay.
But basically, the hands-on training of how to do the specific tasks. Like there was the fleet washing one. I had never even dabbled into fleet washing. I'm like the house washer guy in my area.
Chattanooga.
So I was really interested in that. I learned exactly how to do it. And did I wash a few things with some of the fleet washing stuff that I got from those guys? Yeah, I did, because I knew what to do. And I was there and I learned the process hands-on.
Amen.
So we're actually getting a lot of negative feedback for the dates of the event being in April, mid-April. And they're like, "Well, we can't make it because that's the prime time in our season. We're going to be super busy. We can't come." It's like the reason why we have to do it then is due to those hands-on events. Being outside, you don't want to be outside doing brick paver, cleaning, sanding, sealing, and fleet washing in January.
Unless we're part of the Polar Bear Club.
Yeah.
Right.
So even March is a hit or miss sometimes. So middle of April.
I think that we should have a cold plunge.
Yeah, let's do it.
I think we should do a cold plunge, man. I think we should set up a cold plunge thing. And people if you get into cold plunge, man, we'll have it like be a baptism for the event. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, you're brand new, you got to get into cold plunge. Everybody into cold plunge. So here's the thing, Drew. What are you gonna try to do now that you've been to the event and you kind of know what's going to go on? There's going to be some new things because I know Anthony's going to bring some new things. Nate, there's going to be some new things.
I'm excited to see.
There's going to be some old things, of course, because people don't realize, are we really going to teach somebody how to downstream? Are we going to teach them how to soft wash? Absolutely. We have to do those things. Because there's new guys there. There's guys there that don't understand. I had a guy, a veteran, and this is what I'm talking about in interviews, a guy that's been 35 years in the industry. You guys all know I pressure wash, right? He doubted that I hope he's watching this podcast. He doubted that I had a soft wash system on every piece of equipment that I have. I don't have one in front of me, but when I was doing this, they were only about $12. I think an injector now is about $24. How much is an injector, Nate?
It's
downstream injector.
It's about $24. Yeah.
I bet I nailed it. I got the inflation right in my head. I added it in there. Bam, $24. If I had the injector and every unit had 2 of those, because you always got to carry what? A backup. Okay. And for $24, why wouldn't you carry a backup? And that is a soft wash system, guys. I don't understand why this industry does not understand a pressure washer with a downstream injector is a soft wash machine, period. And I can't stand it that a lot of these guys will go, not to beat these guys up, okay, because these are national associations. A lot of these guys will go to these big shows and they'll think that there's a difference between a pressure washer and a soft wash machine because they've been told that this is called soft washing and this is called pressure washing. And really, it's all the same. And I'm going to give you a little history, Drew. The only reason we have these things called soft wash machines is because guys had a need to spray less chlorine, bleach on a roof. So we started using dedicated pumps. And then all of a sudden, somebody got a hold of an ag pump and thought, man, let's hook up a motor to this and blow chlorine at 18 gallons a minute, which is about $120,000 a year on a building instead of spending like 10, okay? And I mean, the chlorine people that sell chlorine love it, and the people that sell these agricultural pumps love it. And I'm sorry, Nate, because I know you guys sell a lot of them, but I'm just an honest, truthful guy and tell it like it is. And you know 98% of the industry is downstreaming. I mean, they are.
Well, every piece of equipment serves its purpose. It depends on what you're cleaning, what the job entails.
Yeah.
The P40, it has a purpose. Everything has a purpose.
Yeah. To shoot some pesticides on some orange trees. That's what that's the purpose it has. I'm just messing with you. You can tell I don't like those gas diaphragm pumps. Just so you know, I apologize in advance, AR and Kyle. So, but I
just want to throw this out there too. This show is for the contractors. All right. We put this show on to get education out there. If there's something that you want to see at the show, we want to hear it. We're more than happy to bring someone else in if we get enough people that they want it there or need it there. It's not about us. It is about the contractors.
I think that's an awesome. That's all. Yeah, that's like the main thing that I've really learned about working with. Not just Wash Works, but Wash and Learn is like they're always putting us first. It's never about them in the background. Like the whole event was free, guys. Like
it was free. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And you don't know how, when they did their first free event, how many times I was on the phone with these two guys. And I know Nate, I know you were on the phone with Anthony. We didn't know each other back then, but you were on the phone, and I was convincing them, and I had to tell them how it was going to happen. And did it go down just like I said?
Yeah.
It went down like I said. And as long as you, and I'm going to tell you a little tip, and Barry knows this. It's the same thing when you're working with customers and building relationships. I never lower the price, but I might add some more value and give somebody something and throw something in to close a deal, or even after the fact. If it's a recurring customer and we forgot about like a handicap ramp or something that was around the outside of the building, nobody thought about it, we're going to go ahead and take care of it. Take the photos, send it to them. That all builds stronger relationships and more trust. There's nothing any different that these guys are doing with this show than you shouldn't be doing with your own service business. Okay. It's all goes hand in hand. And this guy, John Vatcher, believe it or not, this guy does close to $20 million a year. He's out of New Jersey. And he's looking for an event to go to. And I highly advised him. What event did I tell him to go to? There was an event I told him to go to. This guy, I would love to have come to the event and speak one day. He's got a hell of a business there in New Jersey. Ron said free, and I said he's out of his mind. Oh, that's funny. And that's exactly what he said too, didn't he, Nate?
Yeah.
He's out of his mind. We're going to pay the $30,000. How in the hell is that going to work?
Yeah.
But it all worked out. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. Who is Andrew? Am I missing?
That Ray's probably referring to me. That's my real name.
That's your real name? Okay.
I'm Andrew. Yeah. I go by Drew.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they were talking about my TikTok page before. So.
All right. And I guess you're a bit of an influencer on TikTok. You got a good TikTok channel?
I got like, I don't know. I don't like that term, but I got like 10,000 followers on there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think that like the whole thing with Wash and Learn is it's not just everyone everyone isn't there to learn either as well too. I mean, everyone's there to learn, but everyone is there to connect with others as well. At least from what I saw, like everyone who I talked to are like, everyone's very friendly at the same time. Like I'd never been to an event. I was kind of nervous. I was like, what's this going to be like? Are these guys going to be my competitors? Like, are these my competitors? Which I hate that term, but it was like super welcoming.
Hey, when we talk about that competitor, there are some dumb people out there. You know what I mean? There's some bad people out there.
Those are my competitors.
But you know what I always tell when somebody says something about that, like what happens if they come and steal my deal? First of all, you're not telling any of your proprietary things at these events. We don't do that. That's not what you do. Yeah. Secondly, you're going to get to identify those bad people. and that might be more valuable than not knowing who they are.
Let me chime in real quick, guys. We're talking about so anybody that knows me, man, here's the thing, man. Like at the top is where we collaborate. At the bottom is where they pretty much backstab, and my only competition is myself, and that's how I feel 100% every single day. And going to these events there's no reason why you should not go to these events, man. When I've made so many relationships from so many events that's turned into business partnerships. We work together, we collaborate, we throw ideas off each other, customers, and there's just no reason why you should not go, period. I mean, it's unless you have a large project on that day, you should be at this event. And that's just how I feel about it, 1 million.
And Chicago, man, is such a great city, man. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun. Chicago is going to be an absolute blast. It's a good time. And man, if you're coming to Chicago, spend more than the 2 days at the event, right? I mean, there's so many things to see.
I'll be there. I'm excited to meet you. Meet everybody that's going to be there. I'll be there, and I'll be coming a day early, so I'm excited.
I'm excited to meet you, Barry. I've been seeing you come on these lives with Ron, and spin some game. One piece of game that I caught from Barry on one of these lives one day, which I actually implemented, and I meant to message you, Barry. But you mentioned one time that one of your biggest sales points. And I don't know if this gem was like a hidden gem that I caught on accident, but one of the biggest sales point you mentioned was like the risk factor for these commercial properties and pinpointing on that versus a clean looking property.
Yep. So basically, when you wire your mind to think differently and stop trying to sell price and sell value, then you are. Basically, when I'm speaking with a customer, I'm walking a property, I'm in their office, I'm there to add value to their company. I'm there to partner myself and align myself with their values and my values so that we can have a clean space for employees and guests to frequent. So it's an asset, not just a contractor. It's a relationship that is formed. So like I said, instead of selling price, we're selling value, and not just value, but safety, slip hazards, things like that, how we're keeping, because guess what? That lowers insurance rates. That lowers all kinds of things. There's so much more than just the service and how much the service is. There's so much more. That's one layer.
I hate the word cosmetic cleaning. You know, the bottom line is those gas station Barry's cleaning, those oil billionaires and those station owners, they care about the liability and safety, the environmental impacts. Believe it or not, they care about the environmental impacts because there's a bunch of Karens running around, okay? And that's the reality of it. It's not just about the cosmetics or the curb appeal. And I guess that's what you were talking about, Drew. And Barry's absolutely right. He knows that because at the end of the day, if there's a slip and fall in that oil spot and Barry's been cleaning that station twice a month, well, guess what, Barry? We all know it. We're going to be included in that lawsuit, okay? And that's what the gas station owners are having us there for, because they want to reduce their negligence. That's the whole point of the thing. And
we have systems in place. We have systems from Jobber paired with Company Cam. Every single angle we touch is documented every single time, before and after, for years and years and years. It's all about systems, implementation of those systems, putting the circles in the circles, the triangles in the triangles, equipping your people to do the right jobs, what they're good at, so they can excel. And when they excel, we all excel, and the customer wins, we all win. It's a great relationship. A true relationship is when the client wins and the contractor wins. And therefore, when you're on that level, you don't have to worry about your so-called competition, because they're on a whole different galaxy. You know, they don't know what these guys are looking for when you're stepping on their property. They're just there to be the cheapest guy, and they're probably going to be out of business in a year. I don't even concern myself with them. The man in the mirror is who I concern myself with, God first, and every single day of my life, you know? And that's the direction I go.
Amen. And you know, I don't think guys think about how serious this can get. Walmarts have been shut down for a day because of compactors, okay? Targets as well. What did that cost them? What's that going to cost to Costco if they get shut down like that? $2 million, $3 million in sales for the day because of a dumpster being dirty or a compactor? You know, I don't think people, I'm glad you brought this up, Nate, because I don't think people understand the depths. I mean, Drew, I don't think people understand the depths. He's smiling at me because I keep calling him Nate. I don't think people know the depths of how serious this can get. Pizza Hut's been closed down for days. Can you imagine a Pizza Hut on the news closed down a single unit? How for a health violation? Can you imagine their phone banks going off the hook that night when the 5 o'clock news comes on and says they've been closed down? The phones aren't going to ring. They're going to lose massive amounts of money. This is a real thing, and I don't think people understand why man, you really brought this up tonight. That's why people in the commercial business are having contractors like us do reoccurring work. Crazy stuff. Oh, Daryl wants to come. Daryl, I invited you to come. Does anybody know who Daryl is?
Not familiar with Daryl.
He's world famous. They coined the phrase turning grease into gold. And he's probably one, if not one of the largest kitchen exhaust cleaners in the country. And funny is, corporate headquarters for him used to be in Gurnee. I don't know if it is anymore. That's right by you.
That's like 15 minutes from my house.
20 minutes away. He had a house on the lakefront. Now he's got a ranch down in Arkansas. And I think at the height, I could be wrong with the numbers, but I'm going to say between 70 and 90 million annually. So, yeah. And he wants to come.
Daryl, please, man.
Daryl, we're looking.
Yeah, maybe if we get enough people that want to take an exhaust cleaning class,
we're looking forward to seeing you there, man. I might, you know what I might do is I might fly into Arkansas and drive up with him. You know what I mean? Because that's a nice little drive.
That sounds like a good class to have at Wash and Learn.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
I would, sir. I would think he will. I would think he would. Mike, where are you, man? I mean, come on, Mike. You were on the show last week and we got 1 million hits on this thing. What happened? Now we're not going to get 1 million hits, man, because you didn't come on.
Mike's messing around with the Bears right now.
Oh yeah. I can't make the joke I'm going to make, but I made a joke. If they're moving to Gary, man, they're going to that's got to be a name change, man. If they're moving to Gary.
Oh no. Those Bears.
That's gonna be that won't be well, Dub Bears might work in Gary. They might go back to that. Dub Bears.
Yeah, that event was cool. I wanted to go to that where actually Barry's heading, but I had planned a trip to Gatlinburg in June for the end of December. And I didn't, and they launched this event. I was kind of bummed, but
Ricky won't let this go. So I think we should start a poll on what the Bears' new name should be if they move to Gary. I think I had some funny ones, but you know.
Yeah, man.
The Gary Berries.
I was born in Blue Island. I don't know if you knew that, Nate. I don't know if you knew that.
Hey, Deland, when you're done, let's talk about when you're done. I didn't mean to interrupt, but let's talk about Deland's comment.
Yeah, I just saw that come through. I don't think that there was a class on that
there
last year or anything, Nate, about recurring.
Yeah, we didn't have a class about
residential
training, but we did have. I mean, we had a soft wash training class.
Yeah,
but that's something we can definitely look into.
Deland's good when it comes to subscription-based residential.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think you could do it anywhere, but it would definitely be some elite cleaning in Chicago. I mean, you're not going past the midway of Chicago. There's going to be no, once you get halfway down south, there's no reoccurring cleaning. It's all going to be north. So
yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to say it's just economics, man. It's just economics. Schaumburg, right where we're going to have this event, there'll be a lot of cleaning there. What's the real rich community over there it's kind of west and north. What's that one called? Barrington. You'll have a bunch of, you could clean all those houses. You clean any of those houses?
We clean those houses.
Absolutely.
They're very cheap in Barrington. You got to get up to the North Shore.
Is it North Shore now?
Yeah.
Barrington's like they're only $20-30 million.
I feel like every market has that though, where they're the higher end houses. You'd think sometimes they're the cheapest ones.
They're the cheapest ones now. They got $30 million houses, but they don't want to pay a few $100s to have a driveway cleaned. It's insane.
Wow, that's crazy.
But I mean, hey, that's every market, right?
Well, maybe they don't have any furniture. Yeah. I met a lot of those too, man. They got two $500,000 cars in the driveway, and it's funny, they park them outside and they have an empty garage. You know, So, you know, when the $500,000 car is outside the garage, they don't have furniture.
You know what it's called? We call that big hat, no cattle.
That's it.
Big hat, no cattle.
Yeah.
Oh, that you got a lot of fans, man. We need.
I press share on my Facebook page.
We need to have more. We need to have you on the show more time. Maybe we'll never have Mike on again after we've had you on. Mike's done. You hear that, Mike? You're not coming on no more, Mike. Well, hey guys, you know this is all about the Wash and Learn event, guys, and you know the dates. There's a soft deal on the 18th where we're doing it's April 18th and it's 19th and the 20th. Trade show opens on the 19th and the 20th. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a great event. It's absolutely free. There was 235 or 280. What was the number last year?
There was around 240 in attendance last year.
240 in attendance. And does that include everybody or just the contractors?
Just that's who actually registered at the registration.
Cool. And the vendors wouldn't register because they're coming anyway. Yeah.
So. They might have registered at. They got their registration. They got a badge, so I would include them in it.
You need the Heimlich, man. You okay?
I'm all right, man.
You choke on one of those peanuts?
I'm out of water and I'm going up and down these mountains and my ears are popping.
Are we gonna meet this dog, man, or what? We have to wait till.
She's right here. Yeah, Sadie, come here, baby. Sadie.
Daryl just signed up.
Come here. Come here.
Yeah,
everybody wants. Come here, girl.
No, everybody doesn't want to see him. I want to see her.
Come on. She's stretching.
You can both on at the same time. Anthony said, "Oh, what up, Sadie?"
Look at that. That's protection there, man. Sadie's the guard dog. Hey, did you check? Is the retreat dog friendly, man?
She's a service dog. She can go anywhere.
Oh, okay, good. There you go.
Nice.
Yeah, that's my baby, man.
I just heard you guys talking about the vendors. It made me think of another thing about Wash and Learn is like the deals on the actual equipment while you're there. I put a down payment on a whole trailer just because of the deal.
Lay down.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff.
I just knew that I had to, invest that year because it's like April, so I knew I was going to invest in another trailer, the one behind me actually. But yeah, I didn't realize that there were going to be those deals on the equipment.
That's awesome. At all the shows, there's really good deals on the thing.
Yeah.
And I always try to do a show where I tell them don't wait till the next day because there ain't no deal. And I try to change things, like make deals on stuff the first day that go off and then new deals on things the next day. So you don't get everybody just trying to buy everything at the end of the show, because now everybody gets desperate and they're like, they lower the prices, and it's just always better just to run specials. As a matter of fact, I like to run specials on the hour, and you run different specials during the show. Anthony's listening, so I'm just trying to give him some ideas, and announce those specials, and then the specials go off. I mean, you can make a downstreamer special for $16.99, and you better have 300 or 400 of them because they're going to be gone. They're going to be gone because guys will buy 10 of them, right? I mean, if you're going to buy a downstreamer and you're using a downstreamer, Barry, how many downstreamers do you own? You don't even know, do you? How many have you ever bought in your life?
I keep at least 3 on each truck and each trailer.
There you go. So you order them 25 or 30 at a time, probably.
You got to. Everything's like that. I keep the back. You got to have a backup for a backup. Period.
Backups on backups. And that's just a good idea. Now I can just see it right now. Anthony will be up there. There's an hourly special. he'll be announcing it, which is okay. I mean, because we all know, man, it's a free show, so you got to support the vendor that put the show on for you. I mean, it's just a given thing, Hopefully, I played a skid giveaway on the last podcast we had. Hopefully, we're going to have some skid giveaways. We didn't talk about the dual purpose machine, which is changing the industry. And we did not let Nate introduce himself and tell us who he is. By the way, I'll do that. I'll do it. Childhood friend, business partner, You've known Anthony since you were in junior high school, and you guys are in business together. You're not enemies yet, and hopefully you won't be. Partnerships usually never end well. No, that's not true. I know some great guys that had great partnerships, and you guys, sir, I've met you guys several times now, and I always see you guys together, and you guys seem like you do have. It's more like a family relationship than best friends. That from what I've seen,
Anthony's a real good guy.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about this, and we're going to take it out because we've been on way too long tonight. We spent 40 minutes. If you got to go somewhere, man, you can go. You don't got to stick around, Drew. You can doubt on us. And we appreciate you coming out and giving your testimonial to the show, because it's important to have people on that are real, that have been to these things, to tell about the shows. And we appreciate you. I'm sure Anthony and Nate appreciate you coming on tonight.
We really
and
do.
We'll see you again. And I guarantee you this, they owe you some yard signs, okay? When you talk to David Carroll, you better tell him to send you 100 yard signs, because he's going to get some orders from this tonight. He's going to get some orders. No, David Carroll's a good guy. It's funny, I met David Carroll. He came to one of my first shows like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. It was in Milwaukee. Right there by you. It was in Milwaukee, and he came to the show, and he learned a lot of stuff. And we all know he's doing super now, like super. So
yeah, they're insane over there at Dope Marketing.
Yeah.
For sure.
So go ahead, Nate. Give me your deal, man.
All right. Yeah, I just wanted to backtrack a little bit on the event, and kind of like because where I started pressure washing, my biggest thing was selling, and I always sold on price, and I never sold. I hardly sold any jobs on price. Price did not sell. As soon as I start getting myself educated in the industry on the processes of cleaning the house, that is when I started to sell the jobs. You really start to see a difference in sales when you sell on price and or on education. So that's why the show's here. Just come, get yourself educated, and start selling more work.
Yeah, that's true. When you listen, there's a difference between selling and closing. Closing is what you want to do. You close on value. You know, like if you're just in it for just the price, then what separates you from everybody else? Nothing. But if you're the one person that's actually educating the homeowner and the business owner on what the value you're bringing to their life, because at the end of the day, all we are is providing a service. Our service happens to be what we do. That's it. We're giving the people they don't want to take the time out to do it, so we're offering that service, which means they don't have to think about it. So that's my 2 cents on that. I agree with what you said. Sell value, don't sell price, and be different and be amazing and level up each day of your life, and only compete with yourself.
Correct.
99 is that the $99 right there?
Well, that's all you got to do is get a $99 sign if you don't want to sell any value, right? That's an easy market. Race to the bottom, right? Race it to the bottom.
You can go broke staying at home. You don't have to go work to go broke. You know.
Good point. Good point, Nate. That is a very good point. And I'm gonna bring full circle, and then I'm gonna cut out on you guys. So if you guys got something to say, we're gonna cut out after this. But that's a great point, because that's what these networking events do. They make these guys believe and understand what they're worth, okay? They can come to the event and they see these other guys and they understand, man, how are you getting $1,500 on an average ticket? How are you doing this? How are you doing that? How come you got fit? You know, we're talking about Dylan, which he's going to be up in about 10 minutes. He's going to talk about how they're doing consistently $50,000 a month in house washing because he's on reoccurring programs. Okay. Yeah. And it's crazy. He's doing $50,000 a month and he's only got a few trucks out there. It's not like he's got 20 trucks out there doing that, you know? And I love all these other gurus out there. And I'll tell you this right now, when a guru sits and tells you he's got 15 trucks and they just broke $1 million, he's in a lot of debt. A lot of debt, because every truck today, when I was doing this, it was about $220,000 per vehicle. it's at least 300 to 350 per vehicle now. That's the number. So when a guy says he's got 3 trucks, he better be doing $1 million. He better not have just said, he better not say after he has 15 trucks, he broke $1 million. I would be very suspicious on listening to anything they've got to say. Anything. All you gotta do is
big hat, no cattle. Big hat,
no cattle. That's right. You gotta know the numbers. And I'm hoping there's a guy there that's going to be a numbers guy. If there's not, we need to get a numbers guy there, because the numbers are one of the most important things, because a lot of guys go broke because they don't know the numbers. They don't know. They just think they're making money because, man, I'm making $25 or $50 or $60 an hour. If you're making anything less than $60 an hour, you're losing money. You lost money, okay? That's just the facts. And I know people go all the time. I say, if you're doing one and done commercial jobs, you need to be making $500 an hour. People don't believe it, okay? You have to make $500 an hour. And I know people say, well, you're saying that, Ron, because you want guys coming to this event. Absolutely, I do, because I want people to learn this stuff, because that's how we raise the industry standards. That's how we keep this industry protected, and we don't wind up, I hope there's not any carpet cleaners listening, doing 5 rooms for $49.95, okay? Because that's not what we want to be in this industry. Guys, yes. I appreciate you coming out, Barry. Hang in there with me. Don't go nowhere. We're going to get dealing on in a minute. Thanks, Nate. Good meeting you again. Good seeing you. I can't wait to see you again in April 18th, 19th, and 20th. Go to Washworks, guys. The link's in the description below. Guys, Ron Musgraves, Pressure Washing Institute. We're out.